Welcome back to the channel, guys. About 15 degrees Fahrenheit out right now. The sun is out. I'm loving the sun, but it is cold. So this video, we're going to talk about a SpeedX key machine that I got. So this key machine I found on eBay. I had been looking for quite a few months to get one. The price on it was $120. I couldn't pass it up. So I got the buy it now feature, and it took this guy like 2 weeks to send it. And when I received it, it had all kinds of broken stuff on it. He put it in a box with no packaging, and I should have known better. It was his first sale he ever made on eBay. So I thought I was getting a good deal. It also said that it came with 13 extra cutting wheels. That turned out to be a lie. There were no extra cutting wheels in there. Let me bring you over here and I'll show you some of the stuff that was broken on it and what I had to do to repair it and make it functional again. Okay, so like I said, the box was shredded when I got this thing. This black cover was broken off, and you can see that it is broken around here. I think on this other side, yeah, I had to put a washer in, it's cracked. So that was completely broke off, just fell away from the machine inside the box. The next thing I noticed is that this lever was broken completely off. So if you look closely right here, I had to weld it back on. It's just a 1/4 20 thread that I welded back onto this shaft and put it back on there. Both of these handles were broke off. They were plastic. And so what I ended up doing is I bought these locking collars on eBay, and they work just fine for tightening and loosening the keys out of these clamps. So unfortunately, you know, that's what you get sometimes when you shop on eBay. I used to sell on eBay a lot, and I never did that to anybody. But being that it was $120, I think this machine runs somewhere around $1,000. I'm off a little bit one way or the other, but we're going to call it $1,000. It's a pretty high quality machine, and that's what I was looking for. I didn't want the Chinese knockoffs. The other thing I did was I bought, if you go on eBay, you can find miscellaneous key locks, and that's what I got here. So I bought 2 of those, found a pretty good price on it. A place out in California that had all these various keys. So that you buy by the pound. And so anyway, I feel like I still got a good deal, but the circumstances around it were pretty bad. If anybody else would have bought this thing and they didn't have a welder, they didn't know how to fix it, you know, that would have made for a pretty bad deal. I didn't exactly leave the guy the best review on it. It appeared to be some kind of a key making business that had gone out of business and was getting rid of some of their machines. So anyhow, it works good. I'm going to go ahead and set you guys up. And you can see I've got keys chalked up in here. They're quick set KW1 keys. I got to make an extra key for something, and then we'll go make sure it works. But let me get you all on the stand, and we'll get cutting with it, and I'll show you how to clamp it up. Okay, so the way this key machine works is this is just like a vise clamp. You've got a locking mechanism down here that you pull this over, and it'll let this come up to cut. This lever on the side here just helps you move this side to side more consistently. Some of them just have this piece and you got to manually move it, but I like this feature. It's a very nice feature. So the way we're going to do this is you take the key that you are wanting to copy and you stick it in this clamp here. And what I usually do is stick it down in there flat and push it till it stops. And then I'll tighten this clamp down. Just about there. Then I will put the other key in there loose, just slightly loose. And see, it's got this here, which is meant to set the key in position. I don't necessarily use that. So I'll just flip it out of the way. And what I'll do is I'll use this point here, which is what it cuts off of. And I'll take this flat part of the key here, this ridge, I guess, and I'll run it all the way up to that. And then I will set this next key that I want to cut up against the blade the same way. And tighten down this clamp. So we're all set up. That's all there is to that. Next, I'll turn it on and we'll run this thing across and make a cut. This is spring loaded, so it always holds pressure back as you're cutting. Here we go, and I'll go backwards a little bit here and go over it one more time the other way. And that's it for cutting it. You can go ahead and shut that off. I'll bring you around this side here. It does have this plastic wheel. I don't like that. It doesn't do a good job of getting the burrs off, so I don't even bother with it. What I do use is a fine bristled steel blade. That seems to work a lot better for me. So let me take it out of here. And what we'll want to do first is we'll want to match them up. So you take this key and you put it on top of the key you cut. And if they match up perfect, which it looks like it does, it's a pretty good chance it's going to work fine. I'll even do this sometimes, go the other way, just to make sure I didn't cut this one too deep. But I've got this machine set very good, so I should have no trouble with it. So let me go ahead and we'll deburr this and go over and see if it fits the door and unlocks it. There we go. All right, let's head over and unlock the door. All right, here we are. Door's locked. We'll try the original key first. Yep, it works. Obviously still locked. I went the wrong way. Let's try the key I just made. Perfect. It works. So that's all there is to making a key. We'll go ahead and lock this door back up and go back in the barn. Okay, so there's a couple reasons I can think of that you would want to own one of these machines. If you're like me, I'm huge on self-sufficiency. Anything that I can do myself, I want to. And so I'm always looking for tools or anything that will make it easier for me to get the projects done that I have to do. This is no exception. If I need a key made, it's all right here. I've got my blanks. I've got more on order actually right now. All I got to do is come out here and make them. You know, obviously there's keys that have chips in them. There's different cut keys that use mill bits. I mean, this isn't going to cover everything, but a good 90%, I'd say, of all the keys in my pocket, and actually more than that, would be able to be cut on this. You know, a couple times I've locked my keys in my vehicle with it running. You know, it would have been nice, even though it had a chip in it, you can still unlock a door, a car door, by having a key. So it's not going to start it, but if you lock your keys in your car, you know, you could hide it somewhere in your car, or you could just keep it around, and you'd always have it just to get in. The other thing is, if you are a business, one of the places I worked in the past, we ended up finding one on eBay. It was, I think we paid $75 for it. And all the keys, you know, these keys are about $3 to $4 a piece to have them made. All of the keys that we made for that place, it saved them a fortune. I mean, it was a big factory, and there was lots of things to lock up. So they saved a ton of money just by having that. It was a great thing. So really, that's the two main reasons I can think of that you would want to have a key machine. Just to have the ability to make them if you want to. You know, obviously you can go to Lowe's, Home Depot, you know, any place that makes keys, locksmiths, and they'll be able to make them for you, and it's not a big deal. But that's not really what my channel's about. My channel is being self-sufficient, fixing things yourself, and just taking care of problems and learning. And as we go along in this channel, we're going to learn together. There's things I don't know. I know a lot, but there's a lot of things that I'm going to have to learn still. So we're going to learn that together. I'm going to show you my mistakes. You know, and I'm a big boy. I can take the criticism for it. It's not a big deal. It's not going to hurt my feelings. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and maybe you can go ahead and look into one of these. Right now, there's not a lot on eBay as far as key machines go, but keep your eyes peeled, and you never know. You may find a good deal. So anyhow, like, subscribe, comment, you know, all the good stuff, and we'll see you on the next video.